Hey everyone, welcome to level 15 of the Age of Mythology campaign, and this is Let's Go. And this is kind of a multifaceted level here, and this is definitely one of my favorite levels. Kind of a lot going on, so I didn't speed it up as much as my other videos. But in the beginning here, you break out of prison, get a few ships going, and a war turtle, which is pretty powerful. And I kind of circumvent the initial objective here, and I sail over to this peninsula where there's a lighthouse and a couple enemy guys, and I destroy. I guess there's a temple over here. There's some relics, and take out these guys and destroy the lighthouse. And what this does is this helps prevent some pirate attacks. And you'll see later on there's some strong naval attacks that come in, and it doesn't really prevent those, but you know, some of the weaker pirate attacks will be prevented by doing this. So you can do this a little bit later in the level. I just do it at the beginning before you have any objectives, and you have full use of all your heroes and your units. So I spend a minute here taking down these buildings, which are the monuments and all, which wasn't really necessary, but picked up these relics too, and just get everybody back on the ships and sail over to the town where your objective is. And one thing to note over here is there's a very limited amount of gold, and of course the Egyptians rely pretty heavily on gold for farms and buildings and things. So you really have to ration that gold at the beginning before you can go take over the other town that's sort of on the island just north of you. And the other thing to note is that your ultimate objective is to capture the Osiris piece across the water there. But whatever you do, don't scroll your camera over to the piece and look at it, because as soon as you do, a countdown timer will start for 15 minutes. When the timer counts all the way down, the Osiris piece will move. So every time it moves, it gets harder and harder to get. So you're better off trying to leave it where it is. And so this first attack comes in over here, kind of blindsides me, and I think a naval attack came in as well. So it was spread a little bit thin there, but yeah, I put up a wall over there just to funnel them in, and really try to protect my Avengers, because they're great units, and you know, when you're only in the classical age, they're definitely a lot better than anything you can create. So I just heal them up with the Pharaoh and Setna, because he's a priest and he can heal as well. And getting a couple guys on wood there, which is a little bit unusual for the Egyptians, but using those goats to my advantage for food, because you know, I don't have enough gold to make a whole bunch of farms yet. So just trying to ration the resources a little bit, and usually your heroes can take care of these attacks that come in, and with the Pharaoh's help, they usually you know, it's not too bad. They're usually just spearmen and a couple of myth units. And I snuck a dock in that back water there to do a little bit of fishing, which normally I don't do, but figured I'd give it a try. It's some free food, especially with the limited amount of gold and the surplus of wood around here. I can get some food from there, and just trying to build up slowly here, ration off that gold, and get ready to attack. And you know, you could probably get away with winning the level without attacking the other town there. I'm not really sure. Maybe you could get some trade going or something, but really you run out. Yeah, I mean, I run out of gold pretty quickly here, so I always make it a point to get an attack going there as quickly as possible. Otherwise, well, you really need to age up to get better siege ships, or to get siege ships at all. I'm sure there are many ways to win this level, but anyway, just getting farms going as the gold comes in. And here's one of the naval attacks I talked about, and they send these leviathans in, which can really do a number on your ships. So I send Sedna and Chiron and the Pharaoh over to take out the leviathans, because they can usually do a pretty good job. And unfortunately my turtle died, but usually I try to heal the turtle up in between the battles. But I was pretty unprepared there. I put up a few towers, but which definitely helped, but I had to get some ships going. So you know, what are you gonna do? You gotta deal with that as it comes in. And so here I think I'm at pop max, so I get going on the attack of the town. And main thing is that citadel is usually a pretty tough cell to take down. So I try to just keep a continuous stream of spearmen going, and use my heroes on the myth units, and also try to protect the Avengers because they're your most powerful units. So then once the Citadel is down, usually it's pretty easy going from there. Couple just the temple for a couple myth units, and maybe some villagers running around, but that's about it. And boosting up my navy as well, to because I know I'll need it eventually. And I think I ran out of, just as I finished that up, I ran out of gold back home, so I immediately got a mining camp going there. And here comes another naval attack, and I retroactively send my my heroes back to help deal with it, but a little bit late on that one, but got to deal with it, I guess. Trying to use Chiron to help, and they take down all my towers, and they take down my dock, and so eventually I just kind of back off a little bit and let them hang out there until I can get another attack going and get some trade going to supplement my gold, because for whatever reason, I just can't seem to get my my gold production up. And I have plenty of food, so I queue up a whole bunch of caravans, and I'm able to sneak another dock in that that narrow waterway, sort of below your base, to build up and repel off that attack that's inevitably still sitting out there on the water. Yep, they're still there, so I sent a few guys over to try to break that up. And mainly I make siege ships to assist in the eventual attack on the Osiris piece. And you can see the countdown. I didn't even notice the countdown timer come up here. So I've only got 7 minutes left, so I'm trying to boost up my navy to help escort my guys across the way and start taking on that wall there. And I think I just mainline spearmen on this one. But here comes another naval attack, so now I kind of have the resources to deal with it a little bit. But I ultimately retreat over here to let the heroes deal with the Leviathans and get the rest of those hammer ships on the juggernauts. And now I've got the wall broken down. I can get my guys landed over there and claim that Osiris piece. And I still had a few minutes to spare, so that was good. I could have even pushed it a little bit more. And I think I deleted most of my ships there just because I was running out of population space. But the Osiris piece is kind of trapped in there, so I have to destroy that wall manually to get him out of there, because it would take way too long for him to run all the way around the backside of the wall. And all the while just trying to keep my economy going as much as I can. And once you break the Osiris piece out over here and you can kind of sneak around, usually the level's pretty much over. I took out that town center just so it wouldn't be a threat to my guys. But as long as you can get the heroes down over here, usually you're in pretty good shape. And there are a couple Anubites here defending, and then another pack of Anubites pops up on the other side of that wall. So usually, if you just had your heroes there, you could probably take care of it okay. But I used ancestors just to help deal with it a little bit. And once you get through the gate there to the flag, level's pretty much over. So I was sending that guy to scout a little bit. But anyway, that's all for this level. Kind of a multifaceted level. Can be a little bit challenging with those naval attacks coming in. But hopefully gave you some ideas for strategy. And that's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.